Greetings, sisters and brothers. Before a doctor can prescribe proper treatment, the doctor needs to know your history. And that is how I will be approaching in this podcast, African History Club, the condition of African impoverishment. It is not possible to understand why Africa is the world's richest continent in terms of natural resources and mineral endowment, and yet also has the world's most impoverished inhabitants. It does not add up unless we realize that Africa's resources are not used to benefit or to enrich Africans, but the outside world that continues to dominate and exploit Africa. And how does this condition come about? That is where this podcast, African History Club, comes in. We will examine the period of Africa's pre-engagement with European penetration. We will then look at the period after the European penetration. We'll look at the era of enslavement, of colonial conquest, and neocolonialism, which covers our contemporary era. And we will borrow from the title of Oginga Odinga's famous book in the 1960s. Africa is not yet Uhuru. That was the title of his book. Uhuru means independence. And we will conclude that Africa is indeed not yet Uhuru. And that as in the 19th century, today in the 21st century, Africa's resources are still used to benefit the countries that previously exploited Africa, that continues to exploit Africa today, joined by new powers such as the United States and China. And we will explore solutions as to how Africa can break away from this neo-colonial dependency, and finally, win and attain true economic liberation and socio-political independence. Welcome to African History Club. I hope you support this podcast. I hope you let others know about this podcast. And I am your host, Milton Alimadi, Adjunct Professor of African History at John Jay College, publisher of Black Star News, as well as host of Black Star News Show on WBAI Radio, New York, 99.5 FM, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Thank you. A luta continua.